It's shift gears now to the hot topic of housing. The numbers for June home sales just came out today, and they were a bit of a surprise because nationally they were up just more than 1.5%, something economists didn't expect to see. That's the good news. The bad news, they're down about 5.5% year over year. So what does that mean for Californians' ongoing housing crisis, or for you maybe? If you're buying, it means there are more options, but right now at higher prices. If you're selling, it means buyers have more inventory and can be a little more picky. So let's help you navigate this process. Breaking it all down for us tonight is my co-anchor, Steve Large. He joins us in Rockland tonight, picking up our coverage from there. Steve, housing always a hot topic in California. Steve, take it away.
Yeah, no question. And Tony, I'm standing right here in a massive construction zone. Let's go ahead and show you. We've got some big equipment behind us, all those bulldozers, the excavators, giant piles of dirt. And of course, they're grading this all out right now because they're going to be building new places to live right beyond the fence line. You can see the old homes that are going to have some new neighbors before too long. We're in Rockland, one of the pricier places to live in our area. We're on the side of this USA Properties Fund construction site. They're building 180 affordable housing units for seniors, just one of the many groups of people searching for a place to live that fits into their budget. That's the key, right? Just this month, mortgage rates jumped to their highest level in nearly a year. And if the Federal Reserve hikes the target interest rate, they could go up even more. Today, they sit at 6.75% for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. Now, right now, of course, the state of California, the average home price just under $1 million. In our region, it's a little bit more than $500,000 in the valley here. We know there has been a California exodus, of course, we've been reporting on for several years, not just because of people being priced out of owning a home, but also the affordability crisis overall. A report by the California Policy Lab found many people are moving from California to Nevada, Idaho, Oregon, and Arizona. And within 7 years of living in those states, they're 48% more likely to own a home than if they stayed here. So with that, is owning a home an attainable part of the California dream? CBS 13's Ashely Sharp is here to show us.
Working toward owning a home starts with some window shopping.
And there are places, we're seeing a few up here that are within our price range, but
for Kirk Wilbur,
few and far between.
It's high prices and interest rates that have often halted the hunt for a home in Sacramento.
I'm 40. Ideally, I would have been in the housing market previously. It's a little upsetting that I've had to wait this long. And even now, we're probably looking at things that aren't ideal, but it's a house.
So is it an attainable dream?
I don't think for younger people it really is.
You have to think of it way ahead of time, like years, so that you can budget.
It's hard, but it's possible.
In California, for like an average American, I would say no.
Yes, but you have to really plan ahead, I think.
Sacramento realtor Crystal Lopez works with first-time home buyers often.
A typical first-time home buyer is often looking somewhere between $550,000 and under.
And when it comes to owning a home, she says,
there's a will, there's a way.
Don't give up on the dream.
When you're making a mortgage payment, you're paying back into your own equity position, and generational wealth comes from home ownership. Bottom line.
But it's no secret California's housing crisis hits close to home.
Where are people willing to buy? How soon are they going to build houses? What's the affordability for new builders?
For first-time buyers, watch your debt, work with the right lender, and don't be too picky.
I believe in this 80-20 rule. If something matches about 80% of what you're looking for, then that's actually a solid property.
Crystal says a common myth is that you need to save a ton of money for a down payment.
I've helped about 20% of my buyers with down payment assistance programs to help people that have low to no money down.
And one-day buyers are investing in a bright future.
Saving money, working on my credit, having a good job.
I save monthly to eventually get a house.
I'm only 20, but I'm already thinking about it.
Holding the key.
Yes, it's attainable, but like lowercase a attainable.
To one day owning a home in California.
A lot of keys to keep from being locked out of home ownership here in California. So does California, it does have a statewide housing plan that does require every city and county to plan for and also build more homes. It requires them to identify land and zoning for specific income levels. And if they don't comply, the state could sue or impose big fines, something that 2 cities in our area know something very much about, Turlock and Elk Grove. We reported on both of these. Just a week ago, the state sued Turlock and 4 other cities for not complying. The suit claims Turlock was required to submit an updated housing plan back in December of 2023, but it didn't do so until 2024. Turlock's mayor says the state did not approve the city's initial plan and it was making necessary revisions. Then, of course, we have Elk Grove. They settled a lawsuit with the state and a developer in 2024 after an affordable housing complex. The developer planned to build that apartment complex in the historic section of Old Town Elk Grove had opposition from neighbors. The city rejected the project. The state said when it did that, it was out of compliance with affordable housing requirements. Elk Grove eventually swapped the location for the complex and paid the developer $7 million. That was a big story out of Elk Grove. Now, last year, Governor Newsom created a new agency called the California Housing and Homelessness Agency. The state says the goal is to help fund construction, just like what we're doing right here, standing in a construction zone, and preserving affordable housing and expanding home ownership for veterans and low and middle income households. Tamika Moss was just selected as the incoming secretary of the new agency. She says one way to do that is cutting down on bureaucracy and making things streamlined.
I also think that success in terms of the innovations of this new agency, which is the new Housing Development Finance Committee, or HDFC, that new department is really tasked with combining our housing finance resources, policies, and programs and making it easier and faster to develop housing in California.
Yeah, because it's not just construction costs in the way of materials, fees cost these developers a lot of money, 6 figures to build 1 unit, in fact, in the region of Sacramento alone. Coming up, Tony, one of our favorite people to talk to, Ryan Lundquist, the appraiser expert. Great follow on Twitter. We're going to be doing a live interview with him. What is normal for California housing and how far away are we from that right now?
All right, yeah, Ryan's our go-to guy when it comes to housing and look at the market. Such an important topic, Steve. We'll check back with you bottom of the hour right here on CBS 13. Thank you.